does it feel like you're on TV?
Okay, John Flansburgh.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Want me to hold that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
So how does this work? Why don't we sit down somewhere?
Want to sit down somewhere?
Well, I guess we can.
I don't want to sit down here.
I don't want to sit
Steps
down
on the
here.
other side of this building.
Yeah, but it's like
Steps
blazing
in the
sun.
Yeah. So
It's kind of. I mean, this whole thing is
small
really
steps on
awkward.
the other side there.
Well, let's just get it over with then.
All right then. We'll see. You guys have done a lot of shows, talk show circuit, what have you.
Well, I wouldn't. Haven't exactly done the circuit.
Right, yeah. Well, okay. Well,
Been
Jay
pretty
Leno
exclusive
and,
about it.
and Dave Letterman.
Yeah, we've done those shows a couple times.
And I don't know. I mean, what's it like, to do those kind of shows? Do y'all like?
It's a pretty weird medium to be in.
Really?
It's
Is one
because
show
it's
like-
all television oriented. It's not really music oriented. So you kind of
Right.
get like hustled in there, and the sound isn't too well sorted out.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's always a thrill to be on TV. It's kind of exciting. It's sort of when you're actually performing, it goes by so fast compared to a regular
Well, I noticed
performance. Also, you're always trying to go which camera is on.
Yeah.
Which is it's something that you don't have to think about when you're performing.
That's cool. It's like one
Usually.
show, like Jay Leno or Dave Letterman. It would seem to me that Dave Letterman would be a bit more looser than the other. But
Wrong.
Wrong.
Absolutely the opposite.
Really?
Well, the Letterman band is really cool, but
Yeah.
the structure of the Letterman shows is a little bit different. It just seems like things are always kind of coming together at the last minute there.
That's cool. So the next question was about y'all's album, the new one. Well, with regard to like songwriting,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed. Well, y'all have all your songs are credited to both of you, but
Right.
I mean, how much of that is like eyeball to eyeball, or is it so much
We write songs separately.
Yeah.
Basically we credit the songs to the band.
Right.
And it's not it's more so that the songs kind of create their own how best to put this?
Well, I mean, obviously there's contributions on each song from both you guys. I mean, that's
Oh, actually, no, we write autonomously a lot of the times, and it would probably be perfectly fair to just say like this song written by John Flansburgh, this song written by John Linnell. But I guess it's more interesting to us to have a whole body of work that's unified and not be picked apart by people as like, oh, this guy writes this kind of song, this guy writes that kind of song. Because actually, there's probably more difference like among the songs we write as individuals than there is between our songs. Like we both write sort of pop songs, and we both write kind of more offbeat songs. So there's no real it's not like there's one of us has one kind of role and the other one has a different role.
Could you provide some examples, or would that be like sort of?
I wrote "Dig My Grave."
Okay.
John wrote "I Palindrome I." We wrote "My Evil Twin" together. We did "Spider" together. I wrote the guitar.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Is that sort of, a parody of, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, or is it more of like an affectionate, remake of the song? That kind of song seems like, right up y'all's alley, so it was sort of like...
It's a traditional African song that like I grew up with. It's like part of my childhood. It's sort of it's a reference. It's not a parody or it's really just it's just what it is. It's not it doesn't have like an official function. You can't like file it under like I'm not riffing on it. It's not the kind of song that it doesn't mean anything to like make fun of The Lion Sleeps Tonight. It doesn't seem too loaded to me. It's just like it's a pretty melody, and it's just like the way the lyrics are just kind of jarring, and that kind of seemed like a good thing.
How's the tour going?
It's going great.
Well,
We're selling out everywhere we go, pretty much.
That's great. It's I'm kind of looking forward to it because y'all have a full band.
Yeah.
The samples and whatnot.
Yeah. It's pretty loud.
Really? Pretty rocking.
Yeah. Well, it was loud before, so it's like it's really loud now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we'll
How we doing
rock
on
'em
time,
dead.
Dave? Excuse me? How we doing on time?
You're 5 minutes in.
5 minutes in? That's
Yes,
it?
sir.
Okay, well, hey, tell us a little about yourself.
A busy guy, kind of an anxious guy, feeling kind of grumpy. How about you?
Yeah.
What happened with your hand?
Well, actually,
Let's get a close up of the hand. What happened?
Well, I was playing this video game.
Oh, well, it's
and,
like a
well, no,
sports injury?
You hit it. You hit. Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, 'cause you hit this, this punching bag that's suspended on a bar. You get a boxing glove, and I played it, several times. My brother and I both did. He did real well. He got
Your
first
brother's
place.
got one of these too?
My brother has one of these too. Yes. We decided to do it
Wow.
one more time. We each took a shot, and we messed ours up. So here
Man.
I am. Messed up. It's not broken.
Kids today.
It's just kind of sore.
Well, that's too bad. Well, good luck with it.
Well, thank you.
So, got any more questions?
Well, actually, I was going to ask you about the new album. It took me a little while to get into it, 'cause I really like Flood a lot, in your previous efforts. And I don't know, when I didn't, embrace it, immediately. I admit, but,
Really?
it took me a while to get into it, and I really liked it a lot now. I mean, how was it for you?
What was it? Well, to me, it seems like it would be. I'm really happy with it. I mean,
Yeah.
not to sound like somebody who's just blowing their own horn, but there's something about it that I really like the consistency of it, and I like the range of it. I sort of felt like that not all the material on Flood was as strong as it could be,
Right.
and I thought it sounded kind of glassy or kind of clinical in the way it was recorded because it was really clean.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like grungy electric guitars on it. And as the guitarist in the band, I sort of
Right.
felt like, I didn't want it to be too prissy.
Well, it seems like y'all went. I mean, you definitely didn't, go off completely and make a complete departure from what you were doing. But Flood to me seemed like, there's more. I know songs like, Dead and Your Racist Friend. Seems like there's more like of a serious tone maybe. And the production was a lot different. I know.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. I don't think the albums are always such like wide collections of songs. It's really hard to sum them up,
yeah.
except sort of like on in the tone of them. Like the
Well, people
overall
do that,
sonic
though.
tone of
I mean,
them.
they
Well, they-
dissect each song. If they're really into it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Maybe they're really interested in the lyric and they want to break down the syntax.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is it's hard to sum up the any record
Yeah.
beyond sort of like the way the production value of it.
Right.
There's so much range within a record that it's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I think that in general we're getting more. Well, serious isn't really the right word, but the way we record our records, and the way we write our songs, we're sort of more crafted about it.
Right.
And there's less stuff that's just kind of that we don't sort of blow things off quite as much. So it's funny to hear you say like you thought it was more serious. Because
Well, I
sort of
didn't
think
know.
of this record as being overall, on some levels like more. Well, maybe serious isn't the word though, but I know a lot of people when they hear Dead they think it's like this completely absurd song. To me,
It is, though.
To me, well, see,
is.
to me, Dead is like it's a song written by John Linnell, and to me it just seems like it really. And this is just one man's opinion. is about the real life disappointment of becoming an adult.
Yeah,
that like that you find yourself living your life and you can't go back and like live it another way because it's that part's already behind you, and it's just something about it that's actually very sad.
Yeah.
And I would read these reviews of it that make it sound like it's this complete like Jabberwocky thing, and that it, like you couldn't possibly make sense of it, and yet it seemed completely, the lyrics of the song are almost explicit.
Yeah.
In some ways. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of like a metaphor. There
Well,
are
yeah,
a couple
but-
of metaphors in
yeah.
there, but we all took high school English, and
Right,
we know
right.
what that's about. And
Yeah.
it just didn't seem that complicated, and it was weird when reviewers really picked on that song in particular as an example of something that didn't make any sense to them. But
They weren't looking for anything straightforward.
but I'm glad through the power of television that I can that I can straighten people out.
Cool. Okay, let's wrap it up with one more question. I was going to ask you about y'all's, the song snippets, the last...
Fingertips.
Yeah, fingertips.
Took a long time to make.
What were you really aiming
Doesn't take
at?
a long
I mean,
time to hear.
Well, no.
Well, what it is for people who haven't heard it, it's about 21 refrains that are all about well, they range between like 6 seconds and 20 seconds long, and they're all just kind of spliced together. They're all recorded separately. Got a lot of friends in to sing the vocals on the various parts. It kind of sounds like one of those, greatest hits record collections that they sell on TV, and they just kind of run the chorus of it. I don't know. The idea was to sort of record something that had all the contrasts of sound sort of butted right against each other, and also the mystery of just hearing a portion of a song rather than an entire song. But beyond that, it's hard to say what it's striving at. I mean, it was a very experimental song. I mean, it's unlike anything we've ever done before. So, and I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing another band do something like that. I want to hear the Pixies version of Fingertips.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be real cool. All right, well, I guess we're out of time, pretty much.
All right.
To wrap it up.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with that hand.
And I'll see you later. Tonight.
Okay, great. Hi, this is Joan Jett of They Might Be Giants, and you're watching rAwTiMe on television.
Hey, be on TV. Don't you want to be on TV? You want to be on TV?
Oh, I love TV.
He loves
my
TV.
Favorite thing. That and live music.
It's an addictive kind of thing. So y'all gonna watch them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I've already got my ticket.
Beautiful. That's a free ticket every time. I want to go home. I want to go home. That's but not that one. That just looks so much like Jägermeister.
I think there was copyright infringement on that.
Well, that's what makes it cool. Well, I'm ready to go, Dave.